Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome and please consider subscribing, hitting that notification bell below, get all the updates. One of the few times, at least in recent memory, that I'm not saying I'm really excited for today's beer. I am nervous a little bit about today's beer. It's 3 years old, it's Avery, and I like these big Avery beers, these big barrel-aged beers, high ABVs, but this one, I don't know. So I like to age them a little bit because they can be hot, being such high. If you don't know, it's 18.8% ABV, so very high. But this one being a pumpkin beer, and it's called PumpKYn, it's got a KY, is the only like little difference in the middle, because it's aged in Kentucky bourbon barrels. But it's a porter, technically speaking, according to them, brewed with pumpkin and spices. I'm just wondering, after 3 years, a little bit more than 3 years at this point, how many of the spices are going to come through. So yeah, I wouldn't say I'm excited for this beer. I'm more curious. That's probably the better word. Well, yeah, let's give it a shot. Well, it pours. Okay. When you tell me that ABV and call it a porter, I'm going to kind of assume, yeah, it's probably more like a stout. But let me keep pouring in there. But yeah, that looks pretty light in color. I don't know what you're seeing, but you can see through it a little bit from where I am. There's some red and browns in there. It's not black. Even dead center, you can't call it black. It's just very dark brown. More head than I thought, given the adjuncts and the high ABV. It is going down. It was probably a finger. I'm seeing some legs on the glass already. Not sure if you're picking up on that or not. But yeah, it actually does look like a porter more than a stout. Okay, fair enough. See about the aroma. Yep. That has bourbon and spices in it. Wow. Okay. It did not take long. It's actually making me think of like spiced rum in a weird way. I can tell that it's a bourbon whiskey thing, but like that spirit, and for some reason, like some of the spicy qualities that are coming through, it's almost making me think of like pumpkin beers I've had aged in rum barrels, like Rum King from Southern Tier. Also some vanilla in there. And you can smell the ABV almost. I wouldn't have guessed 18, but like you can tell it's got a higher ABV. Almost a little orange peel too. It actually smells really good. Let's see about the taste. Cheers. Still a lot of alcohol, especially in the finish and in the chest. It's very warm beer. Very warm. It's good. It's sweet. I can see it's being too sweet for people. I could get some of those fall spices still. I'm really surprised after 3 years I'm getting any of them, or at least any of them at any sort of depth. So like, your classic, cinnamon, nutmeg kind of thing, allspice. I wouldn't be surprised if all three of those were in here. I don't know if there's vanilla in this, but I get a decent amount of vanilla, but again, it could be coming from the barrel only. That orange peel that I got in the aroma, I don't get a taste at all. It's bordering medicinal. Slight cherry note. I would love to split this beer. My wife would hate this beer, so I'm going to have to drink it myself. But this would be a nice one to split with someone in front of like a fireplace. Like as much as it is a fall kind of a beer, those spices are also used in a lot of the Christmas ales I like. And I could see this being nice around Christmas time, actually. Body's okay. It's so interesting. I would consider this a huge porter, and I in my head, and I've talked about this in other videos, kind of go back and forth, like what is a porter and a stout? And I know there are different people have different definitions, and for me, porters are almost always like thinner, and I can see the mouthfeel being a little thinner on this, despite the huge ABV, which sometimes I associate, a beer like this being fuller in a lot of senses, and including mouthfeel when it has a higher ABV. That's not the case with this one. But yeah, it's... I don't hate it. I'm going to enjoy sipping it over the course of like the next 2 hours or whatever. Like I'm definitely going to be sipping for a long time. I'm still got a bunch of warmth here. Yeah. This is interesting. I'll also be honest with you, I probably wouldn't buy this again. I think I paid $12.99 for the bottle. So between the cost, the burn, it's probably not another buy for me. But I am oddly, as I'm saying that, I am looking forward to sipping this and kind of seeing what it does as it warms even more up to room temperature. If you had this beer or other of those Avery beers, Tweak, Uncle Jacob's Stout, those two I like a lot more than this. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this? Avery in general, blah, 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 blah. Love the discussions in the comment section below. Check out Instagram and Untapped. You'll have beer reviews about those places. So please like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.